Welcome to Unmasking Dementia Lived Experiences, a podcast featuring families who have navigated the challenges of caring for loved ones with dementia, as well as professionals leading the way. Through heartfelt stories, we will delve into the trials, triumphs, and wisdom gained along the way. My name is Christiana Eggy. I'm a registered nurse, dementia advocate, memory care specialist, owner of reputable memory care facilities in Toronto, Canada, as well as the founder of a Rose for Grandma Wellness Hub, a charitable organization that caters to the needs of communities of Black, Indigenous, and people of color facing the challenges of dementia. Dementia doesn't just impact one person, it actually affects the entire family. And while everyone's journey is unique, shared experiences can offer support and strength. And with professionals shedding light on the pathway to treatment, care, management, and possible prevention. Join us as we raise awareness, offer support, encourage, and empower all the families that are struggling through this journey. Together, we will unravel the complexities of dementia. Tonight, I have a special guest. Please join me in welcoming Miss Aneita Moore, a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Miss Anita hails from Jamaica and initially immigrated to England in the 1950s, where she met her late husband, before eventually settling in Canada around 1974. They were married in 1966 until 2016, when he sadly passed away after battling dementia for about 8 to 9 years. 50 good years of marriage. Miss Anita and her family have a strong commitment to service. Her grandson Andre serves on the board of directors for a Rose for Grandma Wellness Hub, a charitable organization dedicated to supporting families navigating the challenges of dementia. I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Anita at our inaugural event. She was there with every member of her family volunteering. It was truly a heartwarming sight to see 4 generations coming together, to united in their experiences with dementia, offering support and encouragement to others on similar journeys. Welcome, Miss Anita. It's such a pleasure to have you this evening.
And thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here with you.
Dementia journeys are difficult. You went through this with your husband at a time when dementia was not as popular as it is now. Yeah, like the care continues to be improved on every day. So I can only imagine how difficult it was for you. So how did you first discover that your husband is not, acting properly, or that there may be something that is happening with him?
In his action of eating and remembering names and going to the bathroom as well, I slowly see the deteriorating in him. And also with conversation.
So when you noticed all these things, what did you do?
I mentioned it to his doctor, she herself didn't accept it at the time until one visit we go to, where after she finished, he could not find the door to go out. He go to the wall instead.
Hmm.
So her eyes was opened from there,
That
and
must
she
have,
take, pardon?
no, I said I was gonna say that must have been difficult.
It was because I alone was going through it and I couldn't get the help there. And when she see that, then she start to pick up from there and send him through some tests for to prove that he have the sickness.
When dementia first starts, it's really difficult to diagnose because people can, put up a front. They can pretend, when you're not seeing them every day. So you were telling the
Mm,
doctor what was happening, but the doctor did not accept it until she actually saw for herself. So
right,
that is
right.
really tough. But, it's a
Mm,
good thing that that happened for her to clearly see what was going on.
right.
How were you coping with caring for him and seeing these changes?
It was tough. Sometimes when I do things for him. Even the family didn't accept what I was doing, watching him in every way, because they themselves could not accept it. And slowly, as he progressed in the sickness, they see what going. Then they start to chip in and help me by taking us out or visit more often and call more often and do a little around to support and encourage to hold up and to keep on. So I get support good from the family.
Did you get support from the community as well? As Black people and other cultures of color, we often hide when things like this are happening to us. We don't discuss this type of diseases. Were you able to share your experience with people in the community, like your friends, your church community?
No, I did not share it. It's only the family I would explain and share it with. I didn't let anyone know
That is
about it.
nice. Yeah. Were you able to go
Excuse
to
me.
church? We,
No, I couldn't go until the I wouldn't say there's a public nurse. The nurse that work with the specialist see my, I would say deterioration and ask me if I'm getting help. And when I said no, she said, okay, don't worry, I look into it. That's where she start to look up, get things going for me. Wishing in a week or two, I start to get couple hours per week
Mm.
help, like for me to just take a break to go out and refresh myself to come back,
Wow.
coming back. Yeah.
That is unfortunate. I know that the government is really trying to help, but couple of hours a week is not enough by any stretch of time. Like in terms of, caring for your husband and not getting enough rest. Was he sleeping at night? Because some people don't sleep. Were you getting any rest in the night?
I do get rest, but I have to sleep with my ears open because when you want to go to the bathroom, sometimes you have struggle to find the path. So as soon as I hear him turn in the bed, I have to get out of my bed and go to him and to help him to find the path to the bathroom.
Hmm. So there are programs in the community that help to give you people, families that are going through the dementia journey breaks. Did you know anything about those programs? Was he able to go to like a day program so you could get a little bit of rest?
He used to go to a daycare. Yes, he used to go to a daycare and day program 3 times per week. But when he go there, they just leave him because he don't like to sit. He just wander around, and he's not happy until when I go to pick him up. He willing to come back to his house. He know he feel comfortable here.
Yes, home is the best place. And yes, I often hope that people can keep their loved ones at home and care for them. But there comes a time when home is no longer appropriate for everyone. When a loved one is at home, not being able to do anything for themselves, just staring at the four walls or just watching TV, that is a good time for those families to start looking for proper homes like that are suited for their loved ones where they can get more stimulation, because mental stimulation, physical stimulation, and social stimulation and just belonging to a community actually enhances the workings of the brain. So it's not, home is not permanently the solution, but as long as your loved one is still, benefiting from being at home, absolutely keep them at home. I'm just wondering, like, in terms of communities, I'm trying to get to something where we don't share this news about whatever is happening with the family. When you started going to church after you started getting some help, did you tell your church family about your situation?
No, I did not. And I just told it, I just said that he's sick or, things like that. But I never said, okay, you have dementia and things. I just hold on to that.
If I
I
may
never
ask
mentioned it.
you,
I
why
never mentioned. Sorry.
why were you hiding it? Why couldn't you share what was happening with you?
I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable. My husband is sick with dementia. No, I didn't. Not until when he was hospitalized, then I would say, but I didn't feel comfortable just saying it. Yeah.
Was there shame involved? Did you think that, I don't know why we do what we do, but I'm also from a culture where we hide things, right? So
Yeah.
hopefully, because like shared experiences, when somebody else is going through the same thing with you and you guys can talk about it, or somebody that has been through that particular experience, when you can share ideas, it's really helpful. It helps us to get rid of guilt that we feel because we feel like we were not doing enough for our loved ones. It takes away that stigma, that shame that we feel. And it also gives us some comfort to know that we are not alone. And so that is why I'm doing this podcast with families, so that other families that are going through the same journey, they can hear from people like yourself who went through it, what you did and how you coped and what you learned from your experience. So, looking back at caring for your husband, are there any things that you regret? Or are there things that you wish you could have done different?
I would say don't get hungry. I did get hungry in some of the field there. Not not really hungry to explore, but just hungry. But I'm saying to others, try, cope, and be friendly. Love them all, even even though they are sick, and try to understand that is not something they're putting on. Is a sickness they're going through. Is not of their self. Be more cooperative.
Yeah, so what you're saying is families, out of frustration, getting angry at your loved one, just to understand that they're going through a disease process. Sometimes as
Right.
human beings we can't help it. It's a human emotion. And when you do feel anger, or when you yell at your loved one out of frustration, don't hold that anger against yourself. Feel free to forgive yourself, because you have good intentions. This disease is tough. But when you are completely overwhelmed, when you are at the point of burnout, when you yourself don't feel good, or you become too irritable, that is when, like I said, it's time to get help. Go out there, seek, you know, even if it's respite care, let them go stay somewhere for a week or a month or something. Because if you don't take care of your own self, chances of you becoming ill is very high. And if you're an older caregiver, a lot research says that a lot of older caregivers will even die before the people they are caring for. So burnout is real. When you're not feeling happy anymore, you don't do the things you used to do, you're frustrated, please seek help. So, Mom,
Yes.
looking
Yeah.
back and just looking at everything that you went through, do you have, apart from this advice that you've given, do you have other things that you would wish to pass on to other families? And how did you get over times when you were frustrated? What did you do?
I I try to be, when I get the time, I go gym. I go to the gym, and like when the PSW come, I would go to the gym. I go for a walk, go shopping, and then come back, on time, so that I don't overlap
That is
my
awesome.
time with the, yeah.
Yeah, so you had your self-care plan intact. You knew
Yeah.
to go and, walk and just release stress. And you also went to the gym. You did things that you knew could help you maintain some sanity for yourself and, physical health and all that. That is wonderful. That is one of the big things. People tend to forget to care for themselves. So I know that caregivers are doing great jobs caring for their loved ones, but being a little bit selfish, meaning being self full, looking after your own self, dusting off your oxygen mask, putting it on, because if you don't have the ability and you don't have enough in within your own self to remain stable and happy, you cannot care for anyone else. So put on your own oxygen mask first before you help others. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Miss Anita. It's been my pleasure having you, and I pray that you and your family continue to enjoy each other, and also that you continue to give whatever you can, whenever you can, to communities of people that are going through the dementia journey.
And thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.